You just don't know what Chimaev and his people might do if they're like truly offended.
I could see these guys literally trying to kill each other.
This guy's saying a lot of personal things about this guy, and this guy has a short fuse. It's going to be absolute bananas.
Some fights are built on rankings. Some fights are built on championships. But this fight was built on pure, boiling hatred. Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. These two men genuinely despise each other. What started as gym rivalry at Extreme Couture has turned into one of the most toxic personal beefs in the UFC today. And on May 9th in Newark, that hatred finally steps inside the octagon. Sean Strickland has never been one to hold back his tongue, and he's gone full scorched earth on Khamzat. He's called him inactive, a bully who picks easy sparring partners. He's thrown out controversial jabs, even labeling him a terrorist in the past.
I had a colleague of ours that will remain nameless, and he texted me. He's like, I think Strickland's X-power in this fight is his racism, because he doesn't want to lose, in his mind, a terrorist.
Khamzat Chimaev has got a short fuse and zero patience for disrespect. When asked about running into Strickland during fight week, Boers didn't calm things down. He basically said, "In the cage, I can't kill him, but on the streets, different story." Chimaev has made it clear he's not here to play games. He wants to punish Strickland for every word. Dana White has already cancelled parts of the traditional build-up, like a big face-off, and bumped up security because everyone knows these two might actually throw down before the bell even rings. When emotion takes over, everything becomes dangerous. Not just inside the cage, outside it too. That's what makes this rivalry feel volatile. Sean doesn't back down from anyone. In fact, he seems to enjoy provoking monsters. And Khamzat? He's exactly that. A monster Sean may have pushed too far. And when two violent men take disrespect personally, it stops being a fight. It becomes war.
I kind of want to go into a fight week with the feeling that there might be a fight before the actual fight. That's exciting to me as a fight fan.
So, but here's the thing, Sean will take it to a certain level and maybe, to me, not cross it to the point where they're not going to let him fight. You know, he won't get that far, but Chimaev might.
I could see Sean Strickland again saying some wild shit and Khamzat being like, okay, now for generations, this is war, you know?
Yeah. These two didn't start as enemies. They used to train together at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas. What began as normal sparring sessions quickly turned into something ugly. And the stories from that gym still fuel the fire today. Sean Strickland claims he bullied Khamzat. He says Chimaev was the gym bully who only picked on smaller, weaker fighters, while he, Strickland, always chose the biggest and baddest. Strickland even boasts that he made Khamzat quit training at Extreme Couture. But Khamzat and his teammates tell a very different story. Khamzat says he submitted Strickland multiple times in sparring. His training partners back him up. One of them claims he jumped in after tiring Strickland out and finished him with a rear naked choke. Old footage even shows Strickland telling a young Khamzat mid-spar,
"Understand, you're better than everybody. So just don't hurt me."
According to those who watched, it wasn't even close. Khamzat was ragdolling him, taking him down at will, and making the former champion tap.
But he was very confident when I spoke to him. He's like, yeah, I choked him out several times. This bantamweight with him was like, yeah, I choked him out several times. But he's training like a man possessed.
Somebody is exaggerating. Maybe Sean is selling confidence. Maybe Khamzat's camp is protecting the aura. Or maybe both men had their moments, and neither wants to admit the full truth. But one thing is undeniable. Whatever happened in that gym, respect never came from it. Only ego, only tension, only unfinished business.
And I think the approach in the first 2 minutes will let us know how most of those training sessions went. Because if Khamzat is super confident as he says the training sessions went, why would he not go after him right away?
They've already fought once, just without cameras. Now the world gets to see who was really telling the truth.
This is the fight that fans want to see more. They want to see Sean Strickland rile up Khamzat Chimaev. They want to see if he can get into his head. They want to see if he can survive the wrestling attack.
Khamzat Chimaev has been training like a man possessed. This is not a normal fight camp. This is war preparation. Footage from his camp shows Boars going full savage, wrestling marathon rounds, brutal ground and pound drills, and non-stop pressure that breaks even his training partners. He's training with elite guys like Brendan Allen. His coaches say his intensity and cardio are at an all-time high. Khamzat has made it crystal clear. He is not waiting, not feeling it out, not playing the game. He plans to sprint across the octagon and smother Strickland from bell to bell. Strickland loves to stand and trade, but against Boars, there might not be any standing involved. Khamzat wants to take him down, break him, and remind him exactly who was dominating back in that Las Vegas gym.
I think we're going to see a reminder performance from Khamzat in this one. Something kind of scary from Khamzat that's going to remind us of his earlier UFC run here.
This is the Khamzat Chimaev that has the entire middleweight division terrified. A Chechen wrestling machine fueled by disrespect and pure violence. Sean Strickland says he's the people's champ who never backs down. But on May 9th in Newark, he's stepping in with a man who doesn't know how to slow down and doesn't want to. Strickland better be ready for the storm from the very first second, because Khamzat Chimaev is coming to punish him. But don't get it twisted. This isn't a guaranteed massacre. Sean Strickland is one of the toughest, most battle-tested fighters in the UFC. And on the ground, he's a lot better than most people give him credit for.
Strickland does his best work, by the way, when he's counted out. And he doesn't get counted out a lot, but he was a 6-1 underdog against Izzy. He's only a 4-1 underdog here. He won all 5 rounds against Izzy. There's something about that.
Strickland has a rock-solid 76% takedown defense. He's slippery, he's crafty. He uses his long frame, balance, and veteran awareness to make takedowns harder than they look. Even when he does get taken down, he doesn't panic. He's excellent at scrambling, creating space, and getting back to his feet. He's never been submitted in his entire UFC career.
You can take Sean down, and that's very hard, but it's even harder to hold this guy down. And I've seen him go with good wrestlers. So Chimaev might get a takedown or two on him, but he's going to get so tired because Sean always finds a way back to his feet. And he has a system that he follows, that he does it to everybody. He gets taken down, he's right back up.
If Khamzat comes in with his usual explosive, non-stop pressure, Strickland is the perfect guy to weather the early storm. His cardio is ironclad. He can survive the first round blitz, drag the fight into deep waters, and make Boars pay when the gas tank starts to empty. Strickland's game plan is clear. Stuff the early takedowns, make Khamzat work for every inch, and turn this into a grueling, dirty boxing match in the clinch and on the feet. He's already been talking about how Khamzat gasses and how he'll expose the so-called weak man, mentally and physically. Strickland thrives in chaos and mental warfare, and he believes his experience and toughness give him the edge in a 5-round war. So here we are. One man is an undefeated wrecking machine with terrifying wrestling and a short fuse. The other is a battle-hardened former champion with elite cardio, slick scrambling, and zero quit in his soul. Khamzat Chimaev wants to punish Strickland for every word, every slight, and every gym story. Sean Strickland wants to prove that the loudest mouth in the division is also the toughest. So buckle up. This is Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. A fight built on pure hatred. A fight that could end in the first round or become an all-time war. One man walks out still undefeated. The other walks out with his pride shattered. Either way, we are all winners. May 9th, the Prudential Center. Don't miss it.